She never imagined falling in love with someone from a completely different world. The night she almost missed the last train, everything in her life quietly cracked open. Rain soaked the empty platform, her phone battery blinked red, and the city lights blurred like a watercolor bleeding into darkness. In that fragile moment, far from home and certainty, she did not know that a single conversation, a single unfamiliar face from a different world, would slowly rewrite her understanding of love, belonging, and courage. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that love can cross oceans and cultures, take a moment right now to like this video. Share it with someone who believes in humanity. Comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Her name was Emily, a girl from a quiet American town where life followed predictable rhythms. She had grown up believing that love was supposed to be safe, familiar, and uncomplicated. After a painful breakup and the quiet suffocation of expectations she never chose, she decided to travel, not to find love, but to find herself. India was not on her original list. It appeared almost accidentally, a place recommended by a stranger online who said it would challenge her in ways she couldn't imagine. Emily arrived with a backpack full of clothes, a heart full of bruises, and a soul desperate for meaning. India overwhelmed her from the first breath. The air was thick with sound, color, prayer, and movement. Every street felt alive, every moment louder than the last. She felt small, invisible, and strangely awake. Days passed with temples, trains, crowded markets, and long walks, where she observed life more than she participated in it. She smiled at strangers but felt alone. It was during one of those days, lost in a city that never seemed to pause, that she met Aarav. Aarav was not extraordinary in the way movies describe heroes. He was an Indian boy with tired eyes, a gentle presence, and hands that looked like they had known work and responsibility too early. He helped tourists for a living, guiding them through unfamiliar streets, translating languages, fixing small problems for people who came and went from his world. He noticed Emily not because she was foreign, but because she looked like someone carrying a quiet storm inside her. When she struggled to find her way back to her hostel, he helped without expectation, walking beside her under the harsh sun, speaking softly, never asking for anything in return. Their connection did not explode. It unfolded, slowly, carefully, over shared cups of chai, long walks through old neighborhoods, and moments of silence that felt strangely full. Emily learned about his life without words being spoken directly. She saw it in the way he respected elders, the way he counted money carefully, the way his smile faded when conversations drifted toward dreams. Aarav learned about Emily's pain in the pauses between her sentences, in her habit of looking at the horizon like she was waiting for something to arrive. They came from worlds that should never have met. Emily came from comfort and choice, even if she didn't always feel grateful for it. Aarav came from responsibility and limitation, carrying the weight of his family's expectations on his shoulders. Society had already written their futures for them. Yet when they were together, those futures seemed quieter, less certain, as if the universe itself was listening. As days turned into weeks, something fragile and beautiful began to grow. Emily felt safe in a way she never had before. Not protected, but understood. Aarav felt seen, not as a service provider or a role, but as a person with depth and worth. They laughed, they explored, they shared food, stories, and moments that felt stolen from time. But beneath it all was a tension neither wanted to name. Reality was always waiting at the edge. The challenges came quietly at first, curious stares, uncomfortable questions, cultural lines that could not be crossed without consequence. Emily realized that loving Aarav meant stepping into a world that would never fully accept her, and Aarav understood that loving Emily meant risking everything he had ever known. Friends warned him, strangers judged her. The distance between their countries felt small compared to the distance between their realities. When Emily's visa neared its end, fear replaced magic. The streets that once felt alive now felt heavy. Every goodbye felt rehearsed, every smile forced. Aarav grew quieter, burdened by thoughts he could not share. He knew he could not follow her easily. His life was rooted, his responsibilities immovable. Emily knew she could return home, but she would never return the same. The day she left, the city seemed to hold its breath. Emily boarded the plane with tears she refused to wipe away, promising herself that some loves were meant to be felt, not kept. Aarav watched the sky that night, knowing that loving her had changed him forever, even if it ended there. They stayed in touch, at first constantly, then cautiously, as life tested their resolve. Back in America, Emily tried to return to normal. She found a job, reconnected with friends, smiled when expected to. But nothing fit anymore. The world felt quieter, emptier. She carried India in her heart and Aarav in her thoughts. Meanwhile, Aarav faced pressure at home, expectations to settle into a life that no longer felt like his own. Loving Emily had awakened something dangerous in him, the belief that he deserved more. Months passed, doubt crept in. The distance hurt. The future felt impossible. But something stronger than fear kept them connected. Small messages, late-night calls, shared dreams whispered across time zones. Slowly, they began to change. Emily started questioning everything she had accepted without thought. Aarav began standing up for himself in small, brave ways. The turning point did not come with a grand gesture. It came with a decision. Emily chose to return, not as a tourist, but as someone willing to understand, to learn, to commit. Aarav chose to believe that love was not a betrayal of his culture, but an expansion of it. When they met again, it was not fireworks. It was grounding, real, earned. Their journey was not easy. There were compromises, tears, misunderstandings, and moments where walking away seemed simpler. But love, real love, is not simple. It is a series of choices made in uncertainty. Over time, they built a life that honored both worlds. Emily learned patience and humility. Aarav learned courage and self-worth. Together, they became something neither could have been alone. Just before the ending, we want to ask you something special. Please comment below and tell us where you are watching from and what this story made you feel. Your words matter more than you know. In the end, this was not just a story about an American girl and an Indian boy. It was a story about crossing invisible borders, about choosing love in a world that insists on separation. It was about two souls who met at the wrong time, in the wrong place, and made it right through perseverance and faith. If this story touched your heart, if it made you believe even a little more in love without boundaries, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement tells us that stories like this still matter, and that love, in all its forms, is worth believing in.